how would you say, what impression do you have of the political and economical situation in France?
Quelle impression?
At the present time. So
Quelle
again,
impression
what
avez-vous?
impression?
Quelle
Impression. Yes.
Impression.
Not un, but un.
Un.
Impression.
Impression.
Right. So once more. What impression?
Quelle impression?
Quelle impression
Impression
do you have?
avez-vous
Of the
de la situation
political and economical
politique et économique
in France.
En
France. If you want to say at the present time, in French you say at present. At is a, and present is
présent.
Right, of course. Everything in ENT and ANT comes from French. À présent means at present or at the present time. À présent. So say it again. What impression do you have of the political and economical situation at the present time in France?
Quelle impression?
Once more, what impression?
Quelle impression?
Right. Quelle impression do you have?
Avez-vous
of the
de la situation politique et économique
in France,
en France
at present.
À présent.
À présent, right. Quelle impression avez-vous? What impression do you have? De la situation politique et économique, of the political and economical situation, en France, in France, à présent, at the present time. So again, how would you say, what kind of reservation do you have for me? What sort of reservation?
Thank you. Quelle sorte de réservation
do you have
avez-vous
for me?
Pour moi?
Right. Quelle sorte de réservation avez-vous pour moi? What kind of reservation do you want for tonight?
Quelle sorte? Quelle sorte?
Of reservation? Of is de.
De. Réservation. Réservation.
Do you want? Do you want?
Voulez-vous?
Voulez-vous for tonight?
Pour ce soir.
Right. Quelle sorte de réservation voulez-vous pour ce soir? Sorte. You know how to spell? Do you remember how to spell sorte?
S-O-R-T-E.
S-O-R-T-E. Because in French, the consonant at the end of a word in French is not sounded. Whenever you have a consonant at the end of a word, you don't sound it. Like important would be
Important.
Important. You don't sound the T. Restaurant would be
Restaurant.
Once more?
Restaurant.
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 Yes, you don't sound the T. So again, the consonant at the end of a word in French is not sounded unless it is followed by an E. The E is silent, but it's an indication of how to sound the preceding consonant. So for instance, how would you pronounce P-E-T-I-T?
Petite.
Yes, possible?
Petite.
Again, I repeat, the consonant at the end of a word is not sounded unless it is followed by an E. I spell again, P-E-T-I-T.
Oh, petit.
Petit. And always go to the ending. Yes,
Petit.
hit the ending.
Petit.
Petit. Petit means small. If you want to say it is very small, would be?
C'est petit.
It is very small.
C'est très petit.
C'est très petit. And if you want to say it is too small, too or too much is trop. Très is very, And trop, spelled T-R-O-P, means too or too much. So by itself, trop means too much. But that's also used for too much small or too small. Like the word for late in French is tard. Tard spelled T-A-R-D, like in tardy. But you don't sound the D because it is spelled T-A-R-D without an E. Tard. So it is very late would be
C'est très tard.
c'est très tard. It is too late.
C'est trop tard.
C'est trop tard. And trop by itself means too much. If you want to say, it is too much for me.
Trop.
It is too much
C'est trop.
for me.
Pour moi.
Right. C'est trop pour moi. So again, P-E-T-I-T is pronounced
Petit.
petit. P-E-T-I-T-E would be pronounced
Petite.
petite. Right. G-R-A-N-D would be pronounced
Grand.
grand. Right. G-R-A-N-D-E pronounced
Grande.
grand. So grand would be big or tall for masculine, for he. He is big, il est grand. But she is big or tall, elle est grande. So you add an E for feminine and you pronounce the consonant. So she is little, small would be L-A.
Petite.
Petite. Yes. How would you pronounce V-I-T?
V.
Once more?
V.
V. How would you pronounce V-I-T-E?
Vite.
Vite. V-I-T-E. Vite means fast. With vitality. Vite, vite, vite. Fast. So it is very fast would be
C'est très
fast.
vite.
Once more.
Vite. C'est très vite.
It is too fast for me.
C'est très
Too fast. Say trop. Trop.
trop.
T-R-O-P. Trop.
Trop.
So it is too fast for me would be
C'est trop vite. Vite.
once more.
C'est trop vite
Right.
pour moi.
Right. C'est trop vite pour moi. To speak is to speak French.
Parler.
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 Parler
To
France.
speak, parler, spelled P-A-R-L-E-R. So the to form of the verb is expressed in the ending ER. Parler. You speak would be vous parlez, but has the ending EZ or EZ. Vous parlez. So you speak too fast for me would be
Vous parlez.
vous parlez
Vous parlez
too fast
trop vite pour
for
moi.
me. Yes, vous parlez trop vite pour moi. What is to go? To go through the alley.
Aller.
Aller. Aller is spelled A-L-L-E-R. How would you say you go or you are going?
Vous allez.
Vous allez. Vous is spelled
V-O-U-S.
right, V-O-U-S. The S, the silent S, can be pushed into the following word if the following word starts with a vowel. And you have, and it takes on the sound of a Z or Z. So you are going would be
Vous allez.
vous allez.
Vous allez.
Vous allez.
Yeah.
Yes. Again, in slow motion, it's not vous, but vous, and then zallez. Zallez. Vous allez is you go or you are going. So again, to go is
Aller.
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 And you go or you are going.
Vous allez.
Vous allez. You're going too fast for me would be
Vous allez trop
right
vite
for me.
pour moi.
Right. Vous allez trop vite pour moi.
Vous
Yes.
allez trop vite pour moi.
Right. How would you say, it is very good?
C'est très bon.
C'est très bon. If you want to say it is so good, so is si. How would you say it is so good?
C'est si bon.
Right. C'est si bon. You remember the song, C'est si bon? C'est si bon, it is so good. So si, spelled S-I, means so. Si also means if.
Right.
How would you say, if it is so good, would be if,
Si,
it is so good.
c'est si bon.
Right. Si, c'est si bon. So here you have si twice. How would you say, I would like to know if it is so good? I would like,
Je voudrais.
je voudrais to know. To have
Oh, savoir
right. Je voudrais savoir if it is so good.
si c'est si bon.
Right. Je voudrais savoir si c'est si bon. The word for why is pourquoi. 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 Pour means for. Pourquoi for what, or what for, or why. Pourquoi. I would like to know why it is so good.
Je voudrais savoir
Why
pourquoi
it is so good.
c'est si bon.
Right. Je voudrais savoir pourquoi c'est si bon. So again, to go is
Allez.
aller, and you are going is
Vous allez.
right. I would like to know where you're going.
Je voudrais
To know
savoir
where
où
you are going.
vous allez.
Right. What is to dine or to have dinner?
Dîner.
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 Dîner. I would like to know where you're going to have dinner tonight.
Je voudrais
To know
savoir
where
où
you are going.
vous allez. Vous allez. Vous allez
To dine.
en dîner
Dîner tonight.
ce soir.
Right.
Ce soir.
Ce
Ce
soir.
soir.
Je voudrais savoir, I would like to know, où, where, vous allez, you're going to dine or to have dinner, dîner, ce soir. How would you pronounce P-O-R-T? P-O-R-T.
Pour.
Yes, say it again.
Pour.
Por, right. So again, the consonant at the end of a word is not sounded unless it is followed by an E. So por, P-O-R-T, por. Por means the port, the harbor. Aéroport means the airport. Aéroport.
Can you say that again?
Aéroport.
Aéroport.
Right, aéroport.
Aéroport.
How would you pronounce P-O-R-T-E?
Port.
Port. Right.
Port.
La porte means the door, the portal, the door. La porte.
La porte.
So again, I repeat, the consonant at the end of a word is not sounded unless it is followed by an E, except for 4 consonants. There are 4 consonants that may be pronounced at the end of a word without an E. It's easy to remember those 4 consonants because they happen to be contained in the English word careful. I call them the careful consonants. What are the careful consonants? What are the consonants in careful?
C, R, F, L.
Right. Yeah. C, R, F, and L. These are the careful consonants, yes?
Yeah.
These four consonants may be pronounced at the end of a word in French without an E. The C, like an avec, for with, avec moi, with me, avec vous, with you, avec. So C, like an avec, or like the word for bag is sac, S-A-C, sac. Except when you have an NC, like blanc, B-L-A-N-C, then you don't sound the C, blanc, the NC,
Blanc.
blanc. Or the French franc is franc.
Franc.
So blanc, like vin blanc, white wine. Glass, glass is un verre. Verre means glass. Un verre, un verre, un verre, a glass.
Un verre.
And a glass of white wine would be
Un verre de
vin
blanc. Oh, vin blanc.
Right. Un verre de vin blanc. So I would like a glass of white wine.
Je voudrais un verre
of
de vin blanc.
Right. Je voudrais un verre. I would like a glass. Je voudrais un verre. Yes, I would like a glass. Je voudrais un verre de vin blanc of white wine. Je voudrais un verre de vin blanc. Bottle is bouteille. 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 I would like a bottle. Je voudrais une bouteille. Just a touch of the N in speaking would be A. Je voudrais une bouteille. I would like a bottle. So I would like a bottle of white wine would be
Je voudrais
Je voudrais une
bouteille.
Right. Je voudrais une bouteille of white wine.
Bouteille. Un vin.
Of.
De vin blanc.
Right. Je voudrais une bouteille de vin blanc. The word for water is eau, like in eau de Cologne. Eau de Cologne means water. De is of or from. Cologne is Cologne. So eau de Cologne is actually Cologne water. It originated in the German city of Cologne. That is eau de or haute Cologne. Haute Cologne. So eau spelled E-A-U means water. What did you say before? I would like a glass of white wine.
Yes.
How would you say that again?
Je voudrais une bouteille.
Not the bottle. No, a glass.
Oh.
Je voudrais
un verre.
Verre, right?
De vin blanc.
Right. Je voudrais un verre de vin blanc. Je voudrais that touch of the N for A. Je voudrais un verre de vin blanc. I would like a glass of white wine. How would you say, I would like a glass of water?
Je voudrais un verre de
water.
Eau.
D'eau.
D'eau.
Right. Je voudrais un verre d'eau. Yes, I would like a glass. Je voudrais un verre of water. De eau becomes d'eau.
D'eau.
The apostrophe. E-A-U. I would like a glass of mineral water would be. Just guess it. Go on.
Mineral?
Right. Yes. Of course.
Oh, it's easy. Je voudrais un verre d'eau minérale.
Right. Je voudrais un verre d'eau minérale. For that matter, all words in English ending in E-L or A-L come from French. So, mineral, minéral. Normal would be?
Normal.
Normal. Normal. And you sound the L. Why? Because it's a careful consonant. Normal. Normally would be normalement. The li, ly, you add an ment, man. So normally, again, is
Normalement.
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 Normalement. General would be
Général.
right. Once more.
Is it gen or gen?
Yes, gen. Yes.
Général.
Yes, but hit the ending.
Général.
Right. Général.
Général.
Yes, you sound the L. It's a careful consonant.
Général.
Général. And generally.
Généralement.
Général. Once more. Say it again.
Généralement.
Right. Généralement.
Généralement.
Généralement. Animal would be
Animal.
animal. Special would be spécial.
Spécial.
Yes, because you don't have the sh sound.
Right.
Yes.
Spécial.
The sh sound, like the English sh, yes, sh sound in French is only used for words spelled with a ch, like we had earlier la chose, the thing. Chose spelled chose. La même chose, the same thing. Quelque chose, something. So special would be once more.
Spécial.
Once more.
Spécial.
Spécial. So it is very special.
C'est très spécial.
Once more.
C'est très spécial.
Right. C'est très spécial. How would you say, especially for you?
Spécialement
Right.
pour vous.
Spécialement pour vous. So how would you say, I would like a glass of mineral water.
Je voudrais
un
verre d'eau minérale.
Right. Je voudrais un verre d'eau minérale. The cup is tasse. Tasse, like a demi-tasse. Demi-tasse is half a cup, a small cup. Tasse is cup. How would you say, I would like a cup of coffee?
Je voudrais.
Right? Very good. Je voudrais un cup
Tasse
of coffee.
de café.
Very good. Thank you. Je voudrais une tasse de café. You see, now you were thinking it out. You know the word encore, to ask for an encore.
Oh, encore.
But it is not encore, but encore.
Encore.
You hit the ending. Encore actually means still more. Still more. For instance, a little is un peu. Un peu. Un peu is a little. Spelled UN and PEU. Un peu, a little. So how would you say, I would like a little?
Je voudrais un peu.
Je voudrais un peu. Yes.
Je voudrais un peu. Yeah.
Right. The word for late is
Tard.
tard. Spelled T-A-R-D. So it is very late. It is very late.
C'est très tard.
Right, c'est très tard. It is too late. It is too much late would be?
C'est trop tard.
C'est trop tard, right. Trop means too much, or too spelled T-R-O-P. C'est trop tard. And later is more late. The word for more in French is spelled plus, pronounced plus. So more late would be?
Plus tard.
Plus tard. Plus tard. Plus late. More late. Plus tard. What is to come? To come is venir.
Aller.
Aller is to go. To go through the alley. To come is venir.
Venir.
Venir. So will you come later would be?
Voulez-vous
Come.
venir?
Yes, voulez-vous venir?
Venir.
Later. More late.
Plus tard.
Right. Voulez-vous venir plus tard?
Voulez-vous venir plus tard?
Right. How would you say a little?
Un peu.
Un peu. How would you say a little later?
Un peu tard.
Un peu tard is a little late.
Oh.
A little later.
Un peu plus tard.
Right. Un peu plus tard. Will you come a little later, would be?
Voulez-vous venir un peu plus tard?
Right. Voulez-vous venir un peu plus tard? The word for now is maintenant. Maintenant.
Maintenant.
Yes, think of maintaining the now. The now. Maintenant. Maintenant. Spelled M-A-I-N-T-E-N-A-N-T. Maintenant. Maintenant. Maintenance of now. Of now. Maintenant. Maintenant.
Maintenant.
Maintenant.
Maintenant.
Maintenant. Maintenant. Again.
Maintenant.
Maintenant. Again.
Maintenant.
Yes, hit the ending. Maintenant.
Maintenant.
Right. How would you say not now? What is the word for not? Just
Pas.
pas. Right. So not now.
Pas maintenant.
Pas maintenant. Pas maintenant. What is the word for possible?
Possible.
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 How would you say possibly?
Possiblement.
Right. Possiblement. How would you say not now, possibly a little later?
Pas maintenant.
Possibly
Possiblement
a little later.
un peu plus tard.
Right. Pas maintenant, possiblement un peu plus tard. What is, I would like to eat something. I would like, start with I.
Je
Would like,
Je voudrais
right, to eat.
manger.
Manger,
Manger.
something,
Quelque chose.
right. Je voudrais manger
Je
quelque chose.
Je voudrais manger quelque chose.
Quelque chose.
Quelque chose.
Right. The S between two vowels has the sound of a Z, of a Z. Chose. La chose means the thing. La chose.
La chose.
Something, quelque chose. The same thing, la
Même.
même
Chose.
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 Right. I would like to eat the same thing.
Je voudrais manger la même chose.
Right. Je voudrais manger la même chose. Other is autre. Autre spelled A-U-T-R-E. Autre. The other thing would be l'autre chose.
L'autre chose.
L'autre chose is the other thing. Une autre chose, another thing. Une autre chose. Une autre chose. But if you say autre chose, not l'autre chose or une autre chose, but just autre chose, means something else. Not other thing, but something else. Literally, autre chose, other thing, but it's used for something else. For instance, I would like something else would be
Je voudrais l'autre chose. No. Je voudrais autre chose.
Right. Je voudrais autre chose. To see is voir. Voir. Spelled V-O-I-R. You know the expression au revoir?
Ah, yes.
You've heard that, yes? You know what it means? Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Right. Yes. Au revoir. But actually, au revoir would be until re-seeing you. Yes? Until revoir is to re-see or to see again until I see you again. So voir is to see, revoir is to re-see or to see again. So voir. So again, to see,
Voir.
voir. I would like to see something else would be
Je voudrais
to see.
voir
Something else is
autre chose.
right. Good. Je voudrais voir autre chose.
Is autre chose one word or is it two words?
Autre chose, too. Autre chose. How would you say, do you have something else? What else do you have? Have you?
Avez-vous?
Avez-vous? Right. Say it again.
Avez-vous?
Avez-vous? Avez-vous? Something else.
Autre chose.
Right. Avez-vous autre chose? How would you say, do you want something else? Will you or do you want is the same.
Avez-vous?
Do you want or will you? Will you is
Voulez-vous?
right. And do you want is the same.
Voulez-vous?
Right. So just relax. Voulez-vous? So do you want something else would be?
Voulez-vous autre chose?
Right. Voulez-vous autre chose?
Voulez-vous autre chose?
Yes. Do you want to see something else?
Voulez-vous
To see?
voir
Mm-hmm.
autre chose?
Right. Voulez-vous voir autre chose?
Voulez-vous?
What is to know?
Savoir.
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 Savoir. How do you spell savoir?
S-A-V-O-I-R.
Right. S-A-V-O-I-R. Savoir, to know. If you pull off the S of savoir, what will you get?
Avoir.
Avoir. And avoir means to have. So savoir. Oh, you're trying again. You're trying to remember. Please don't try to remember. So to know is
Savoir.
savoir. And to have without the S is
Avoir.
avoir. Avoir.
Avoir.
Right. So avoir would be spelled
A-V-O-I-R.
right. A-V-O-I-R. Avoir, to have. Now, if you pull off the A of avoir, you get
Voir.
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 And voir means to
see.
Of course, to see. So we have savoir, to know, without the S, avoir, to have, without the A, voir, to see. Savoir, avoir, and voir, to know what you have to see. Yes? Okay, again, to know,
Savoir.
to have,
Avoir.
and to see.
Voir.
Right. What would you say? I would like to have something else.
Je voudrais avoir...
Something else.
Oh, autre chose.
Right. Je voudrais avoir autre chose. Voudrais is spelled V-O-U-D-R-A-I-S. So we have an S here at the end, a silent S, which is followed by a vowel of have. So je voudrais avoir, which is fine if you cut. Je voudrais avoir autre chose. But you can also say je voudrais avoir. You may push the S into the vowel of avoir. Je voudrais avoir autre chose. But we have to make a distinction, a sound distinction here between I would like to know, which is
Je voudrais savoir.
je voudrais savoir, and I would like to have.
Je voudrais avoir.
Je
voudrais avoir.
Right, je voudrais avoir. So whenever you push the S into the vowel, it takes on the sound of a Z or a Z.
Yes.
Je voudrais avoir. Je voudrais avoir autre chose. How would you say, I would like a glass of white wine?
Je voudrais vers
Right.
de vin blanc.
Right, very good. Je voudrais un verre de vin blanc. How would you say, in English you may want to say, I would like another glass of white wine.
Je voudrais un autre verre de vin blanc.
Je voudrais un autre verre de vin blanc. Yes means literally I would like another glass of white wine, which means if you ask a waiter, if you say that to a waiter, je voudrais un autre verre de vin blanc, he will look at the glass and think there's something wrong with the glass, and he will just replace the glass.
Right.
He will take it literally. Therefore, in French, if you want something else, another glass, you will say, I would like one more glass, encore un verre. Encore is still more, and you will say encore un verre de vin blanc. So, therefore, if you want to say, I would like another bottle of white wine, would be,
Je voudrais encore bouteille.
again, je voudrais,
Je voudrais encore.
no, je voudrais,
oh, I see. Je voudrais encore. Je voudrais encore.
Encore un,
encore une bouteille.
Right.
I see.
Again.
Je voudrais encore.
Encore une.
Encore une bouteille.
Bouteille. Bouteille is right.
Bouteille de vin blanc.
Right. Je voudrais encore une bouteille de vin blanc. I'd like one more, another bottle of white wine. Yeah. But if you say, instead of encore une bouteille, you say, je voudrais une autre bouteille de vin blanc, then the waiter will say, well, you had this kind of wine, yes. Now you want a different bottle of a different kind of wine. And he'll ask you what other kind of wine would you want. How would you say, I would like a cup of coffee?
Je voudrais.
Cup?
Tasse.
Right, okay. So I would like a cup of coffee.
Je voudrais une tasse.
Je voudrais, possible?
Je voudrais une tasse.
You already gave me, je voudrais une.
Oh, je voudrais une tasse.
Je voudrais une tasse.
Je voudrais une tasse.
Possible?
Je voudrais une tasse.
Tasse, yes, of coffee.
De café.
Right. Je voudrais une tasse de café. I would like a cup of coffee. How would you say, I would like another cup of coffee?
Je voudrais encore.
But I would like, je voudrais
encore. Encore une tasse. Café. Tasse de café.
Right. Very good. Je voudrais encore une tasse de café. Encore une tasse de café. I would like still more a cup. Encore une tasse de café. I would like another cup of coffee. How would you say, I would like a glass of mineral water?
Je voudrais
un glace.
Je voudrais verre.
Je
voudrais un verre d'eau minérale.
Very good. Je voudrais un verre d'eau minérale. I would like another cup, another glass of mineral water.
Je voudrais encore un verre d'eau minérale.
Right. Je voudrais encore un verre d'eau minérale. So, back to the consonants. So I repeat, je répète, I repeat. The consonant at the end of a word in French is not sounded unless it is followed by an E, except for the four careful consonants, C, R, F, L. So we started with C, like in avec, like in sac for bag, except NC, like in blanc and franc. So that's C. Then the R, well, R like in savoir, to know, avoir, to have, voir, to see, venir, to come, partir is to leave, to depart, partir. So the R is pronounced, except for ER. When you have an ER, then ER is pronounced A. Like parler is to speak, P-A-R-L-E-R, which means that the to form of a verb, meaning the full verb, in English was to speak, to go, to eat, yes?
Yes.
That to is expressed in the ending with an R. Most verbs will end in ER. More than 90% of all verbs end in ER. Pronounced A. Like to go would be
aller.
aller. Again, for the consonants, the R is sounded at the end except with ER. So we have C, R, then F, like in bœuf for beef. And the L, we already had EL and AL, normal,
Yes.
général, spécial, hôtel. So we have been talking here about nouns, the 1200 nouns in ION and the ENCE and ANC, about adjectives, IBLE, ABLE, ENT and ANT and air, nécessaire, and so on. And we've been talking about verbs. I like to avoid using grammatical terms, which I don't want to use, except when I'm talking about verbs, nouns, and adjectives. But in that case, I want to make sure that we know what we're talking about. Unfortunately, if I were to ask you what is a noun or an adjective or a verb, if you remember, then you will remember the definitions that you had received as a child in school. Let's forget about the school definitions and say that a noun, any word in front of which you can place the article the, is a noun. So happiness is the noun, the happiness. So whenever you have the, you have a noun. Whenever you have is or am in front of a word, you have an adjective. Proud is an adjective. Is proud, I am proud. Any word in front of which you can place to is a verb. To be, to have, to sleep, and so on. So now we can talk about nouns, adjectives, and verbs, yes? The important part I want to talk about are verbs. Because if you know how to use verbs in any language, you know how to use the language. The verbs and the use of the verbs is the backbone of a language. The full verb, what I call the full verb, is in English usually the to form. Yes, to go, to have, to be, to see, and so on. It's also called infinitive. But whatever it's called, let's think of the full verbs. In English with to, mostly. Not always, but mostly. In French, that to form is expressed in an ending, and that ending in French ends in an R. Either ER, which is pronounced A, where you don't sound the R. More than 90% of all verbs in French end in A, in ER. Or venir, to come, ending in IR. Partir, to leave, ending in IR. Dormir, dormant, dormitory, dormir, to sleep, ending in IR. Savoir, OIR, to know, avoir, to have, voir, to see, comprendre is to comprehend, to understand, ending in re. Faire, we had to do or to make. It's fair to do or to make, spelled F-A-I-R-E. So you always have an R at the end. Either ER, more than 90% of all verbs and an ER pronounced A,
Okay.
or IR, venir, partir, dormir, or RE, RE, comprendre, faire, or OIR, savoir, avoir. So there's always somehow an R at the end. ER, IR, OIR, or RE. Whenever you have 2 or 3 consecutive verbs in French, you do not change the verb. In other words, you use the full verb. The second and the third verb automatically are in the full verb. For instance, if you want to say, what was will you?
Voulez-vous?
Right. Voulez-vous? Will you, do you want? And what is to come is?
Venir?
Yes, good. What is to eat?
Manger?
Manger, ending?
ER.
Oh, of course. Yes. Okay. How would you say, will you come eat with me? Start with will you.
Voulez-vous
Come,
venir
eat
manger
with me.
avec moi?
Right. So you see, after voulez-vous, the next verb in French you will say, will you, to come, to eat. Voulez-vous venir manger? In English, well, depending on
If you're American
whether
or
we
English,
use
yes.
American English or British English. Here you in British English you will say, will you come and eat? In American English, will you come eat? But either way, in French, it's the second and third verb is the full verb. Will you to come to eat? Voulez-vous venir manger avec moi? I must is je dois, I must, je dois, I must, je dois, I must. Dois, spelled D-O-I-S. Je dois, I must.
D-O-I-S.
O-I-S.
D-O-I-S. Je dois. For instance, if you want to say, I must speak with you.
Je dois parler avec vous.
Yes, once more. Say it again.
Je dois
Speak.
parler avec vous.
Right. Je dois parler avec vous. How you spell parler at the end?
ER.
Right. I must to speak with you. Je dois parler avec vous. How would you say, will you speak French with me?
Voulez-vous parler français avec moi?
Right. How you spell parler at the end?
Yeah.
Right. Voulez-vous parler français avec moi? I must know where it is. I must.
Je
Should.
dois.
Right. So I must know.
Je dois savoir.
Right.
Je dois savoir
Where
où
it is.
c'est.
Yes. Right. So once more, I must know.
Je dois.
No.
Je
Yes. Je dois.
Je
yes.
dois savoir
Where
où
it is.
ça, c'est. Où c'est?
Right. I am is je suis. Je suis. It's a very sweet word. Very sweet. Spelled S-U-I-S. Je suis, I am. If you want to say I am tired, would be I am fatigued. Je suis fatigué. I'm very tired now would be
Je suis fatigué.
I'm very tired.
Je suis très fatigué.
Now.
Non.
Maintenant. Right. Je suis très fatigué maintenant. The word for busy is occupé. Occupied. Occupé. Occupé. Spelled O-C-C-U-P-E, but an accent over the E to give it the sound of an A. Occupé. So I am very busy now would be.
Je suis très occupé maintenant.
Right. Je suis très occupé maintenant. How you spell très?
T-R-E-S.
T-R-E-S with an accent over the E. Très. So here you have an S, silent S, followed by a vowel. So you can also say...
occupé.
Très
occupé.
Yes, je suis très occupé. Je suis très occupé maintenant. What is a little?
Petit.
No, petit means small. A little is un
peu.
Un peu is right. So un peu, a little. I can has the same sound as little. Je peux is I can. Je peux. Je peux.
Je peux.
Je peux.
Je peux.
I can a little would be.
Je peux un peu.
Right. Je peux un peu. Right. Je peux un peu. So I can and a little have the same sound. Je peux. I can. Je peux. How would you say not now?
Pas maintenant.
Pas maintenant. Not for me, thank you.
Pas.
For me.
Pour moi.
Merci.
Merci.
Right. Merci. Thanks. Yes. Pas pour moi. Merci. I can.
Je peux.
Right. Thank you. Je peux. I can. How would you say I can not?
Je peux pas.
Uh-huh.
Je ne.
No. Je peux. Once more.
Je peux pas.
Right. Je peux pas. I cannot. But in the course of the French language, somehow the French like to put in a signal whenever they use any negation, a negative signal, which is only a signal, meaning a touch of an N up front. Instead of saying je peux pas, I cannot, they would say je ne. That N, je ne. That N means I'm going to use a negation, any negation. So it's just a signal. It is, in a way, it is not a negation. It is not the way it is usually presented or taught as a double negation. No, the N, which is spelled N-E, is a separate word, but in speaking just a touch of an N, je ne, meaning I'm going to use a negation. Je ne peux pas. I cannot. This does not mean that in the spoken language all French people will use that signal. So you may not always hear it. If you don't hear it, that means that they just didn't bother using it. They may say, je peux pas, je peux pas, for I cannot. Even the I is just touched very lightly. Je peux pas, I cannot. So if you hear that, it's still I cannot. So you will rarely hear French, in the spoken language, French people use the way you learn it, maybe in school, je ne peux pas. It's usually je ne peux pas, je ne peux pas. So I am is the sweet word.
Je suis.
Je suis. And I am not would be. For the buzzer.
Je ne suis pas.
Je ne
suis pas.
Je ne suis pas.
Je ne suis pas.
So I'm not tired now.
Je ne suis pas fatigué.
Right. Je ne suis pas fatigué now.
Maintenant.
Right. Je ne suis pas fatigué maintenant. Yes.
Je ne suis pas fatigué maintenant.
Yes. But I'm very busy now. But is...
I've forgotten.
Okay, fine. What is I'm sorry?
Je regrette.
What's for?
Je regrette.
Je regrette.
Regrette. Je regrette.
And I'm sorry, but? Je regrette.
Mais?
Right.
Je regrette, mais...
Right, je regrette, mais. So,
je
but is...
Mais.
Right. Yes. So, but I am... I'm not very busy now.
Je ne suis pas...
Je ne suis pas, mais je ne suis pas very busy.
Très occupé.
Très occupé.
Maintenant.
Très occupé.
Maintenant.
Very good.